Hello everyone, how's it going? Okay, so we have another movie review for you today. We will be reviewing Dracula, starring Frank Langella and Lawrence Oliver. This is from 1979. I viewed it on the 16th of October. I gave it a rating of 3, and we'll discuss a couple of reasons as to why. One thing I noticed super obvious right off the bat was that Frank Langella's eyes are very, very twitchy in this film, and I'm not sure if that is a special effect or is that just something they added during editing. I'm not sure. But it could be a little distracting during some scenes. It is a little effective, but not all scenes. I don't think it's necessary, but either way, I mean, his eyes are nice. He does have a nice gaze, nice stare. But the twitching, I'm not sure if that's necessary. All right. So that being said, I do think he is kind of a poor choice for a lead role. In this version of Dracula, he could have done well. Maybe when if he was a little bit older, or maybe a few years down the line of getting more experience. I don't know. I don't think he really put everything into it that he could, or maybe it was just wasn't picturesque for me. Could have been given to someone else to maintain the intensity of the eyes. I think his eyes, although at times it did work for me, the twitching, but I don't know, something about the eyes, it wasn't fitting throughout the film. It was just not fitting very well for me. From Dracula, I need a very strong gaze, a still gaze, because he can see people for what they are. He could see through people. So anyways, the makeup is not too interesting, okay? And at times his hair was very frayed out, looked a little bit ridiculous, I'd have to say. Okay, so, after judging the lead male character, we have to consider that that's not the only element here in the movie that didn't really make it work for me. Some of the actors were not very interesting. They're kind of boring, to be honest, and at some point in the film, I'm just kind of like, well, who's this? Like, I don't even remember these different characters, or what is their significance in the film again, because I don't remember. The cinematography is very nice. It's very, very beautiful. The environment's nice, which is probably one of the best things that the film has going for it. It was originally filmed in color, but then the director, whoever was working on the cinematography, decided they wanted to take out the color, which I think it works. It looks nice without color. So I think that somewhat improved the film. Okay, so Lawrence Oliver, not to be rude or anything, no disrespect to him, he's a great actor. But I think this is one of the last films he's done. And then the other character, Donald, well, it's like I said, there's some characters that are just not very memorable. Lawrence Oliver was alright, though. I have to give him credit. Even though the film kind of felt like it was on the silly side, he did his best, I think. The writers, they did a lot of changes to the original story, which didn't really appeal to me so much. Dracula, this film is taking place 20 years later than when it was written to be, so that's one major change there. And then instead of Mina, it's Lucy who's married to Jonathan Harker, which is confusing if you read the book and you stand by the book. Yeah, that was kind of confusing for me. I was like, what's going on? And then instead of asking her hand for marriage, Dr. Seward is Lucy's father. Okay, so that's a little change there. Mina is Van Helsing's daughter. So that was a weird change for me. I don't really appreciate those changes. All in all, quite quite boring compared to other films, other Dracula films that we've seen in the past. So that's just my honest opinion. Let me go ahead and show you a quick preview of the trailer. Okay, so it's very beautiful cinematography. Like I said, this is in color, I think, but in the film, the DVD doesn't have any color. Let's see here. Wow, there's lots of color here. I mean, it looks great with color. Like, I honestly think with or without color, it looks great. This makes it look a little bit more modern. I remember this scene very well. It was kind of like kind of reminded me of a rock concert with all the strobe lighting. Yeah, Dracula. Wow, it's very nice. You see all these scenes right here? These were not in color. I think the only scene that was in color was like the red scene, but these other scenes here, they were not in color, I believe. So yeah, yeah, this all of this was not in color. It was in black and white. So it gave it kind of like an older feel. So that's interesting how they changed it. I would have to say if it was modern, I mean if it was in color, it would feel very modern, like a very modern film. But since they took off the color, I actually felt like it was an older film. So that's the trailer. It's not too bad, nothing gory. Definitely, it's rated R, but I think as long as you're attending it, if your children are watching it, I think as long as you know just guide them through it, it's really not a bad gory film. Not too much anyway. It's got some good special effects, so which is expected around that time frame. Special effects were very good. So that's my summation of the movie. I think y'all would enjoy it, but it does have its flaws. So just take it for another art piece. Maybe you're gonna watch a Dracula marathon, and this will certainly be a part of that. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.